Hey, good morning, everybody. Today is the day. Today's the day we're going to test out the TicWatch Pro LTE version to see if it has what it takes to be a full standalone device. Let's get started. Hey everybody, welcome to Tech with Brett, where I help tech work for you. Now, I've been using the TicWatch Pro LTE version for a while, but I wasn't able to activate it on Verizon until just a few days ago. So now I can finally test it out as a standalone device, see how it works, and show you everything that it can do. So I'm going to take you with me throughout the day to show you all the things that it can and can't do. So to get started, we're going to leave the phone in the car, and then we're going to head into the gym with just the watch. Let's go. So first step is we're going to pair my Galaxy Buds to the TicWatch Pro. Now this is very easy to do. All you need to do is go into the settings, go into connectivity, open Bluetooth, and my Galaxy Buds are already in pairing mode when I open them up, and then I just tap on them to connect. Once they are connected, we're ready to go find some music. Now there are a few different music applications. Here I selected Pandora and it immediately closed. I guess you do need to set it up on your phone first and then link it, but I couldn't get it to work. So I'm going to go into Google Play Music. So here there are all kinds of different radio stations that I can choose. I could choose my own library or playlist, but I'm just going to come in here, select some tunes to get started. After a few moments of buffering, the tunes finally started to play. With my buds attached, I can also easily change the song. Now let's go ahead and try playing some music with Google Assistant. Now this is more just a test of what wearOS is capable of on the go. So here I'm going to ask it to play some songs. Play Matt Carney. And after waiting a while, the request finally went through and no music started playing. Now there are many different applications available for wearOS, but let's say there was an app that I didn't have. So here I'm going to go into the Google Play Store and go into the media category to download another application to play some music. So I could download Spotify, iHeartRadio, here's Pandora, Google Play, Shazam, and Music Player for Wear. Now there are a few other applications that do audio that aren't in that category, and I found this one called WearCast that allow you to download podcasts from the application on your phone to your watch so that you could listen to podcasts on the go. This is something I really wish was supported, being able to listen to my Google podcast right from Google Assistant, but you cannot do that. This app worked pretty good though. I did have one issue where it did not pause the music when I started playing the podcast, so I had two things going at once. Took a bit to figure out how to come back in here and pause them, so wearOS definitely needs to fix that. While I was at the gym, I also downloaded the iHeartRadio application. Now it did take a bit of time to download. I think it was about 5 to 10 minutes before it actually finished installing. But once it was installed, I was able to quickly sign into my Google account that was linked to my iHeartRadio account and listen to music from there as well. So if you don't have an application that you need on the go, you definitely can download one. Some applications do require a phone companion app, so it won't let you do anything unless you connect to the phone, but some will also be independent and work on their own. Also, looking at my notifications, you can see I have quite a few. So essentially, if I get a notification from my phone, it will automatically forward it to the watch. So I'm still connected to those applications that I have installed on my phone, even though they are not here installed on the watch. And just for fun, I do have my workouts set up in Google Docs, so I downloaded this Documents application to be able to view them, but it's pretty impossible as I can't zoom in much further than this on the Documents application, and you do need to pay for the full version as well, which I didn't want to do. So if you have the need to open up Google Docs, you can do it. It's not the best thing, but it is there if you really want to. Gym time is over, time to head outside and get some cardio. I do have to pick up something at the store, so let's go.
Now
my phone is still in my car, so I've already set up Google Pay. So here I just need to double tap the bottom button to open it up. And we can tap the NFC terminal and boom, there we have made our payment. So that worked just fine even while my phone was still in the car. Do you remember when I asked Google Assistant to play Matt Carney? Well, for whatever reason, when I came back into my car connected through Bluetooth to the phone, it was playing. So that's kind of interesting. Gym time is complete. Now it's time to get some cardio. So let me show you some of the fitness apps that are available for this. Already installed are the Google Fit application as well as the TicWatch Exercise, but you can also get things like Runtastic or Strava or even the Nike Running Club application all on here. So there's lots to choose from. But for this run, I'm just going to go into the Fit workout application, and here I will be starting a run. So after the workout is complete, here I can pause the run and then end it, and then we can see our full run statistics, so the time, the minutes, and other information. Now this will also sync with the application so you can see a GPS route of where you went on your run. All right, finished a short run, but we're done. Time to head to the pool.
Look at it, swim, swim, swim. Good job, you got it. All right.
Okay, say bye.
Bye.
All right, who wants lunch?
Me.
Let's get it. Navigate home. Now there is one more test I want to do while I'm out and about, and that is using Google Maps navigation. Navigate home. Now after a few attempts, I finally was able to get it to work. The first few times it said that location was not found and it couldn't navigate at all, but this time it did pick up my GPS and now I'm able to navigate just like I would with my phone. Now there are a few other options that you have. If you swipe up, you can actually change from driving to cycling or even walking, and you can end the navigation as well. After a event-filled morning, I realized my phone was still in my car, so let me grab that for the rest of the video. Finally back from swimming, got ready for the day. Now let me talk to you about some of the more detailed parts about using LTE on the TicWatch Pro. First up, let's talk about battery life while using this on LTE. So after a full morning of using this for my exercise, going to the pool, doing some errands, I came back and I was at 29% battery life. And that was just afternoon. So when I came home, I put this on the charger to give it a bit of boost. Now there have been other days where I've gone out and about, done some things, and my battery life is about 75% like it is right now after spending the day using it on LTE. Now, of course, this morning I was doing a tons of different things. I was downloading applications, streaming music, using Bluetooth connection from the watch. So I was using it as a very high-end power user. Now, for many days, I'm not actually using it that much, and I've had a little bit better battery life. Now, to see what is using up all the battery on the TicWatch Pro, we're gonna go into the wearOS app, go to Advanced Settings, and here we have watch battery. So we can actually see what has been taking up the battery. So here right now it says cell standby 18%, watch idle 6%, screen 2%. So I haven't used too much today. There have been some days where it said that my cell standby was 51%, and that was mostly when I was out and about. So just depending on how you use the watch, that's going to depend on the battery. But for the most part, you're usually going to have this on LTE when you're going out for the night or maybe a morning. It's not going to be an all-day thing, so you'll probably be okay. But if you are going to go out and about with just the watch on LTE, make sure you power up before you go. Now next, let's get into calling features of the TicWatch Pro. So I didn't mention this on my last review, but while you are connected to the phone via Bluetooth, you can answer and receive calls on the TicWatch Pro. So let me show you how that works. So if I receive a call, so there you can see it pops up on both at the same time. I can reject the call or answer the call, or I can do a preset response message. Hey, how's it going?
Hey, how's it going? So while you are on the TicWatch Pro, you will hear the recipient via speakerphone, and anything that you say will be sent to them as well.
So there you can see the speaker on the bottom of the TicWatch Pro.
And this is what it sounds like when you are talking on the TicWatch Pro coming through the phone on a speakerphone. So it's pretty clear, just as expected, as you are talking to the small microphone and hearing from the speakers.
And while you are on the call, if you go back to the home screen, you can just swipe up, and here it shows the phone call. You can click open. Here in the menu, I do have the option to go to the dial pad, mute, place a person on hold, or adjust the volume. So let's end this call. So to make sure that is working for you, go into your watch settings, and then you want to go down to connectivity, Bluetooth, and then down here at the bottom you have play phone voice call on watch. That means when you get a phone voice call, it's going to come through here and you're going to hear the audio on here. If you have this off, you'll get a call and you go to answer it, but it will answer it via your phone. So now let's go and turn off the Bluetooth on my phone so that we can see how this works on LTE. Just so you guys can understand what's going on here, I have the TicWatch Pro LTE, which is connected to Verizon on number share. And then here I have the Pixel 3a, which is on Verizon and connected via number share to the watch. And then over here, I have my Samsung Galaxy Note 9, which is on a Sprint voice line, which is not connected to these devices at all. Now on the watch, there is a setting for call forwarding. So if somebody calls your phone, it would automatically forward that phone call to the watch. But because Verizon uses number share, is how this works is when somebody calls your phone, it rings on both of these at the exact same time. So just double checking there, you can see that the Bluetooth is off. And then here, if we go onto this phone and we make a phone call, there you can see that it is calling my phone, and you can see that it is calling the watch at the same time. Now I could answer on any of these, but let me answer right here. Hey, how are you? Hey, how are you? So that works as expected. Somebody calls you, it rings on your watch or your phone. Now, even if your phone is off, you will still get the phone call coming through because it is using Verizon's number share. Now, let's go and make a phone call from the watch. Call Tech with Brett. So here I select the contact and select the number I want to call. And then I want to call via the watch. And now you can see that it came through as the Verizon line to this phone, which is exactly what I wanted to have happen. So whether you're calling from your phone or your watch, your number will come through. Now, this gets really interesting when you are messaging. So let's talk about that next. Okay, first we're going to start off by texting the Verizon line. So over here on this phone, let's send a message. So here we have the message here, and we saw that the message came through there as well. So now I'm going to respond to that message from my phone, just with a little smiley face emoji. And that's going to come through the Verizon line like normal. So now let's respond here on the watch. Here I'm going to tap. I can easily choose a preset message. I could reply, call, or open up the text. So let's just make it easy. We're going to click received, and it sends the message over to here. And there you can see that I received from the Verizon line because I responded directly to that message. But now let's go ahead and create a text from the watch. Now there are two ways you can do that. One is you can go into the messaging application. So here I have messages. I can open that up. Here I can see that I have that message from Tech with Brett. I'm going to reply. And then let's say I want to send a voice message. I'll see you at 7. Sounds good. We're going to send that message over. And there you can see, as long as I use the messaging application on the watch, it came through as the Verizon line. So now I'm going to send a text message from the watch via Google Assistant to the other phone. Send a text to Tech with Brett. I'll be home in 10 minutes. And then here I can select send that text message. And now we see that we got a text message over here. Now you will notice that right here it is showing that it came through the TicWatch Pro line and not the Verizon line. So this is where it's a little confusing. If people do not know your TicWatch Pro phone number, it will come through as your non-Verizon phone number, so it makes it confusing for them. And that has only been working if I send a message via Google Assistant. So that's going to be the most complicated part of using this as LTE. So you may want to go ahead and find out the phone number that's on the watch and let your most important contacts know about this phone number in case you are ever trying to contact them and for whatever reason it is not using your Verizon line. One other issue with the watch and sending messages like that, it stayed on screen for a while that it did not send the message even though it actually had sent the message. So that would be another problem with the TicWatch Pro and LTE. So that's the main problem you're going to have if your wrong number comes through here. But for the most part, with the number share, everything works great between the phone and the watch. I would just recommend to always respond to the notifications that come in directly from the watch so that the people on the other end receive the continued conversations from the right phone number. That would be the biggest downside to having this is if I wanted to send something to a previous conversation, it is very difficult to find that conversation and send a message to that. You can use the messaging app, but honestly, for a few times, it did not send through my number share number. So I would like to see an app like Google Voice come to this. That's actually where I have my main number, where I could see the full thread and respond directly to it. But as of right now, that application is not available. So just make sure that you are responding to the notifications you receive on the watch if you are not with your phone. Now, one other thing I want to mention about the TicWatch Pro and the charging situation is when you have this on the charger and let's say your watch was dead, after a while of it charging, it will automatically turn on. So the next day you can pull it off the charger, you're ready to go. Some of the Samsung watches in the past didn't do that, and I would go a whole day without tracking any of my steps and come to find out I forgot to turn it back on. So that's one of the really cool things the TicWatch Pro can do. So after spending the last week with the TicWatch Pro connected to LTE, this is something that's definitely nice to have. It was really great to be able to leave my phone at home if I wanted to go to the gym and connect my buds directly to this, or go swimming and not have to worry about my non-waterproof phone getting damaged. It was also nice that there were some of those other applications that I could connect to listen to my music or to even navigate. When I first tried that using the watch, it didn't work, but it looks like Google has updated their Maps application so that you can now do that. Now, there were definitely a few problems while I was using the TicWatch Pro out on LTE. Now, this isn't because of the TicWatch Pro. This is more of a wearOS problem because it didn't have some of the standalone features that it needed. Many of the applications required that I set it up on the phone first to be able to access certain information, or it just requires that direct connection via Bluetooth to be able to access. If you are looking for a smartwatch that is 100% standalone and you can use now without having a smartphone, this watch can't do it. And that's the limitation of wearOS, and you wouldn't be able to add contacts and some other different things. But if you are looking for a smartwatch that can leave your Bluetooth connected phone, this watch can definitely do that. It was really nice to have the phone there connected and get all the notifications and everything, but then at any time I can just leave that connection and still be connected via phone calls, notifications, have access to be able to download applications, stream music, all from the watch, which is really nice to have. So that is my final thoughts about the TicWatch Pro. If you really need that LTE connection, definitely check this one out, and hopefully wearOS will continue to grow and improve in the future. So if you have any further questions about using the TicWatch Pro on LTE, make sure you let me know in the comments below. And if you would like to see my full review all about the TicWatch Pro without using it on LTE, make sure you check out the video over here on the side. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one.